Have you ever noticed that the creative journey is not a straight line? That you're trying to get from point A to point B, get the project done, get the development of an idea, get life from point A to point B? It's not a straight line. Sometimes I think of it as a cycle, like the seasons or the days or the breath. That works really well for me a lot of times. But a friend of mine recently, well, you know how when you go through that cycle, it's like, I'm still at the same fucking place, right? It seems like no progress. You've gone around the cycle and no progress. And so, people talk about it being a spiral, right? So you're coming to the same place, but you've made progress. You've gotten somewhere in the spiral. And that's okay. But a friend of mine recently introduced me to the labyrinth. Not like I didn't know what a labyrinth was, but I never really looked at how it is such a great metaphor for the journey of the creative soul, or the creative project, or the creative, life, right? So you enter, and then you take you can see over there is the center where you're aiming at. And you enter, and then you veer off, right? And the cool thing is that there's so many, if you go in one of the labyrinths that really has some distance in it, you've got the 4 quadrants, 4 different ideas, 4 different ways of thinking, 4 different whatever. And you move back and forth. There's turns. Like you're going forward and then you turn, and then you go forward and you turn. So it's like hairpin turns. But then you don't stay in one quadrant. You move. Like suddenly, like, whoa, you're going all the way around to this other quadrant over here. And you move in that for a little bit. And then you go, whoa, back, And it's so cool to think of the way the labyrinth is metaphor for the creative process. So sometimes you come real close to the center, and then suddenly you're kicked way out again, way out. And you come real close to where you entered. But then you turn and you go back in, right? You go from one area to another area. You go deeper into a particular area. You get close to the center. You pull out from it. You go close back out to the edge to see what it's like out there again. Oh, it's so cool. And then you end up in the center. And this is where, enlightenment is or whatever, right? You get this new awareness. You get yourself open in a still point. Open to what is it that's being offered. And then you head back in. You go back through the same cycle, and it's very different. And it takes just as long to get back out to real life as it took to get into that central awareness place. You don't stay there. Flips and turns, moving from one area to another, coming close to and back away from. And the thing about a labyrinth is that you can see the entire thing while you're walking it. You can see where you are in it, but you can't really tell how far you have to go. Yeah. So look around. Notice where you are in the process. Enjoy it. Enjoy the process. And, the thing is that it makes it so much more interesting. Life is so much more interesting because of the twists and turns that we take, because of getting closer and further, because of getting, close to where you started and then back into the thick of it. It's more interesting that way. So, hopefully I will have a link to a labyrinth and you can look at it. And did you know that they have labyrinths that you can get that are just finger labyrinths? I love it. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Val Gilman, Taproot Arts and Insight. I hope this is fun and helpful to you. Pass it on if you want. Talk to you soon. or like it. That would help other people find it.